today I'm going to show you a strategy that literally has not lost in 2 years on Ethereum and is absolutely dominant on stocks, crypto, bunch of stuff, bunch of assets. In particular, on the daily chart on Ethereum, this is on a 2-year streak, and I'm going to actually show you some real trades, some trades that it actually triggered. And if you want to grab this indicator, feel free to do so. There will be the first link in the description. You'll be able to grab this thing at a good discounted price right now. But essentially what it does is that there is two zones. It'll detect, it'll draw resistance zones, and then it'll draw support zones. And then in those zones, there needs to be price action that breaks out. Once it breaks out, we will get signals. And so with that being said, this is our first one all the way back in 2023. So this is Ethereum. This is September 5th, 2023, and I'm just going to let this ride. I'm just going to just continue just to show you some of these trades. But yeah, the very first trade was this bounce right there. So if you would have just grabbed some Ethereum, held it, do whatever you need to do. There you go. That was a nice trade. Or it went sideways for a little bit there, but overall, I'd be pretty happy with that. And then what followed was another, and then let me actually go back here. So what followed was, let's actually go until it paints that zone right there. So this is another really support. You see how there is a really defined support level right there. So here we go. So as soon as you get to this candle, so this daily candle, so now we had to define, there's resistance, there's support. So this is our resistance zone that we need to break, right? That's the zone that we're going to want to break, that we're going to want to see it break. And sure enough, it came right up to it, pierced it, broke it. So there's another buy trade right there. So here's our first buy right there. And then there would be the second, one. So again, if you're wondering where to take profit, stop loss, I actually have a specific guide for that, a specific strategy. I'm not really going to go too much into there. What I want to do is just show you the honed in, the specific entries, the really good entries. But if you would want to do something for a long or short position, you could even do something like this, where you're just doing this. Maybe even you come back into the zone just a little bit. You do 2 to 1, 3 to 1. Whatever you want to do. So this would be 2 to 1 right here. Really good trades with trades, or you could hold these. So that is another thing, is you could just grab it, hold it, especially something like crypto if you're doing buy trades, because it's doing both breakout and bounce buys. But if you're looking to take some profits, you're looking to grab some profits, I have a specific strategy for that. In particular, I use that mainly for stocks. But this is absolutely just insane what it was able to do. So we're still in 2023, and we have 1, 2, and 3. So this is another breakout zone right here. You see how it drawn the resistance zone, and then another nice breakout. So let's actually continue to watch this. And so we are in 2024 now. So there we go. So you see that just how much it respects these zones. So look at this zone right here that it broke out initially, and then look at what it did when it just continued to retest it, and then come back up, retest it, come back up, retest it, come back up, and then finally it goes up and breaks this this top right there. So on the daily chart. So again, daily charts are just absolutely insane for support resistance. So if you're looking for a specific support resistance strategy, you're going to need a tool like this. You're going to need to be able to draw support resistance zones. You don't even need a tool like this. To me, it makes it 1,000 times easier, just because I'm getting alerts on all these. So I'm not even have to really focus on staring at the charts all day every day. Now if you are up here on the daily chart, it ain't going to take too much time to be able to do that. But if you're doing what I do, which is I play around with a lot of systems, a lot of strategies, a lot of time frames, you just might forget about it, and then you get a breakout and you're just like, okay, well that's actually cool, because we have, you don't just do Ethereum, you could do Bitcoin, you could do Solana, or there's just several different coins that you'll be able to track with this thing. But I just now, since I saw how good this is with Ethereum, I will be tracking this, and I'm actually in the latest one, which I'm going to show you once we get there. So all right, so here we go. So this is an interesting time, right? This is an interesting time in the chart. So where are we here? We are in April. This is April 13th, 2024. There's a defined support and then resistance zone right here. So let's actually see. Okay, so there is a breakout sell there. So if you were in all these right? If you got in on this one, what are you gonna do whenever you see a breakout sell signal come? 9 times out of 10, to me, if you're looking to buy and hold, that would be a great time to be like, all right, well, maybe we should get out because if a breakout sell is coming, we don't want to be there when it continues to the downside. So let's actually see whenever we do get a breakout sell what happens. So it actually, interesting enough, that actually was a so I actually was wrong. So because I mean it did break out a little bit down here. So again, you would have been in profit a bit there, but honestly, it wasn't enough to where that would have been something that you would have been interested in to just hold. Now, if you are short in crypto, I don't do it, but if you were short in crypto, you probably would have had your stop loss getting taken out right there, which honestly probably would happen on this big candle right here. That probably would happen on that big daily candle right there. And in fact, look what happened when it actually came up here to this next zone. So look at that. So here's the next zone. There's the next breakout. A nice little breakout, a decent profit, but then it did come back down here. So we are starting to see how it's going to go sideways now. So initially it did come, break. Now it's going to go and retest and bounce. And so sure enough, there was another, so this was a very critical level. That was another breakout sell right there. But you just could just see how critical these levels are when you get these signals. So we got that initial first break. It didn't want to go, so it came back up here and retested, and then it just came back down and hit those breakouts and bounces. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so those are gone. So this is the next level I was gonna say because there got to be a resistance level somewhere. So this is our next target for a resistance. This will be another breakout, and so we're only going to be trading at support or at resistance. So essentially, you're going to get a bounce or you're going to get a breakout. And so right now, unless if this redraws or this level redraws, we will not get any others. Okay, there we go. So there is a very specific one, and it does do it in time. So it's not just like a surprise factor. It showed up here a few bars beforehand. So you can see that right there, and so you'll be ready for it. It's just why some of these levels go away. So you might be thinking, okay, hey, well it's repainting. Well, I mean, if you want them to stay, you could put that at 100. The thing about this is there's a lot. This is a little bit. This is a little bit crazy to look at, honestly. So what I like to do is keep this at 2, and it just deletes all old levels because we're no longer watching them. We're no longer looking at them. So it's really only drawing the most relevant levels on the indicator. And so let's go ahead and keep this rolling. So there we go. So there is a nice breakout. So you see that right there, a test. Let's actually go and stop this here. So it stalled out right here. So it came back in, and then another test, a test, and then finally broke out. And so this is what's happening on the daily chart. It's not just Ethereum. It's happening. I was looking at it. It happens on Bitcoin. It happens on all these. A lot of crypto. Many stocks as well, many stocks for sure, but in particular on this daily chart, I mean, man, this is insane how crazy it is at these levels where it goes and where it breaks out. So let's go ahead and keep this going, and let's see if there is any other. So there is a nice breakout opportunity right here. We have not gotten in on a trade, so it didn't like that. So that was too quick. That was actually too quick, and so we actually didn't get a signal. So there was not a breakout signal right there. Let's go ahead and see if it'll retest and see if there could be another potential for. Okay, so yeah, so no interest right there. So this was kind of like a messy up and down areas, and so there really wasn't a lot of action right there. So if you would have been watching this indicator, you've just been on the sidelines there. So here we go. So here's another breakout opportunity. Here's another breakout to the downside. And that was a really nice down move right there after that. And another one. Okay, so this was not a good time. So we're looking at, where are we here? We're in March. And so March 2025, yeah, crypto was getting hammered. Ethereum was definitely getting hammered. So there's a breakout, sell. And so not a good look if you're trying to buy, if you're seeing a breakout sell. So to me, If I ever see a breakout sell on this thing on the daily, I'm getting out of all my what if I'm specifically in whatever that asset is. So if it's going to be Ethereum, I'm going to get out of it because you just don't want to mess out. You don't want to mess with a breakout, especially on a crypto, on a coin, because it's you just never know. Once it starts to break out, it's going to continue to just flush, flush, flush. That's exactly what happened there 3 times in a row. So here we go. So here's a level that would be of interest. And so again, remember guys, this is daily charts, or this is each one of these candles represents one day. So I'm skipping through this really quickly. And like I said, this is a 2-year time period. But like I said, these are whole entire days. There's a lot of stuff happening. And so the reason why I think that it does respect these levels so much is because there's so many eyeballs on crypto at the time at each of these specific levels that when we do get a break, it breaks extremely hard. And when we get a bounce, it bounces extremely hard because there's so many orders. There's so many. Just think about how many people are watching these specific levels. Just think about that. How many people are watching these specific levels, and whenever it happens, it happens. It really does. It's almost like when there is. Think about it with like a new movie coming out, right? Everybody's talking about it, everybody's watching, this and that, and then 2 3 weeks later it's gone. I really imagine that with levels like this and levels like this where there is just all the leading up to it, it's like not really, it's there's some hype, there's some this and that, but once it gets there, everybody's excited, everybody's hyped, all the orders are there, all the money is there. That's where the big money is. And so there is our final breakout. So I wanted to talk about this. And so if you're watching this, we are in July 16th, 2025. I want to talk about this opportunity with Ethereum. We just got another breakout. I'm actually in down here. So really, really nice trade. Really nice looking trade. Where I see this going to potentially is all the way back up here. So I think we could easily reach all the way back up here. There is a specific level that I was watching. And so let's actually get out of replay mode there. So there was a specific level that I was watching. So we need to, and Magnezone does not have it, and so I'm going to draw it. But there needs, yeah, this is a minor level. But if it can come up here and break this, what I see happening if it does come back up today, there's actually a really really solid day today. We are up 7.5%. So I mean, um, once this thing broke out right here, really good trade, really awesome trade on Ethereum. And like I said, man, this has just been all nothing but sells the last 3. So really, really, really good sell opportunities there. Like I said, I'm not shorting this. I'm only interested in the long trades. You can get absolutely demolished. I mean, you can get demolished either way, but I do like to just stick with going to the upside on some of these. But anyways, this is a very very good time, very interesting time for Ethereum. There's been a lot of chatter, there's been a lot of things happening. Money is shifting from. Let's actually look at what Bitcoin is doing. And so actually, Bitcoin, we had the same breakout. Again, just remember, folks, though, that Bitcoin right now is really near all-time highs. Um, And so when we go over to Ethereum, I mean, we still have, there is still all this opportunity, right? There's still all this opportunity from all the way back here. So it could potentially, it could still go up here all the way to 4,800. So we got a lot of, time. We need a lot of movement to occur to get all the way back up there. But I am interested in this thing, especially for it to continue. I think if we can get another a level break, and so man, if it can come up here in the next month or so, or even in the next week or so, right, or week, 2 week, 3 weeks, inevitably it'll probably stall out. I don't think Ethereum's just going to continue to just rocket straight up. It could, and I hate to contradict every statement, but trading is just like that, right? Trading is like one thing can happen, and then the next, everybody's bulls, and the next thing there could be one article, right? There could be one thing that comes out. Trump could say something, or whoever could say something, and then there it goes, everything goes. And so that is what happens. That's what could happen. So again, pretty interesting stuff. Really good case study. Very cool how all these levels are broken, all these levels are getting bounced on. And again, that is the Magna Zone indicator. This is indicator specifically on TradingView. We got a bunch of stuff with this. There's alerts. So like I said, I have alerts that come in Telegram. And so I can even show you. See, I have the Magazone Pro alert. So I actually have. So this is that Ethereum trade actually right there. So whenever I got that, I actually took it. And it's actually on the daily, or on the hourly chart, not the daily. We also do a bunch of other stuff, AMD, QQQ, even some Forex stuff. There's that Bitcoin trade there as well. So we actually had two of those, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's what I have set up in here. So basically what I do is I post it from here into the Telegram channel. So really good stuff there. So if you're interested, something like this, you would love to have on your charts, go ahead and grab it. Grab it right now. Like I said, there's a great price on it, and yeah, you can get it on your charts today. And there is I believe we have the 365-day guarantee. Essentially, you try it for an entire year. You don't like it, you don't think it's working, you don't think it works how it should, you can go ahead and hit us up. So again, like I said, this is my go-to for a lot of stocks. I use this all the time on stocks. I'm using it right now on Walmart, on QQQ, on SPY. I have a couple Tesla zones that I am watching with this thing, and I do combine this with other tools as well. And so I'll sometimes use this with the triangles. A triangle breakout, some momentum trades, maybe some VWAP all the way down on the lower time frames. You can use this thing, any way you want. It's really great. But I was just shocked when I saw the daily Ethereum results, and so I wanted to show you guys that in this video. So again, that's it for me, but hopefully you guys, hopefully that wasn't too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, go ahead and give us a quick little thumbs up. Like I said, first link in the description, you'll be able to read more, see more exactly how this thing works. And if it's for you, go ahead and grab it. If it's not, it's fine. Draw them yourself, do it yourself, set your own alerts. It's okay to do that as well. But for those who wants to have this exact setups and all these on the charts automatically with getting alerts and all the other good stuff, get with my strategy that I created with it, go ahead, grab it, click it, and yeah, let's trade this thing together. See you guys.